If you have been curious about my Eden Falls Academy series, I'm here today to give you a quick little overview of what you can find in each of the books. So first off, it is a young adult series that takes place at a private boarding school in Connecticut. Each book focuses on a different couple, and there are 5 different books in the series. So each book can technically stand on its own. They're all standalone romances. You get the, full happily ever after in one book, but the characters are definitely intertwined. There's he is the brother of the girl in the second book and the last book, and then there's other, best friends, and it's just a great friend group, so you would definitely want to read them all. Anyway, the first book in the series is called The Charade, and it features Ava and Carter, who don't get off to the best start at the beginning of the book. She is new to the school, and she is kind of embarrassed that she has to have math tutoring from day one. That's the only way they let her in. Anyway, Ava meets Carter when she's getting a tour of the school. He does not give her the time of day, and that's unfortunate because he is incredibly good looking. But he is the son of a billionaire, 7th richest man in the world, so of course, why would he look at someone like her? Anyway, so she starts off school and she gets introduced to her math tutor on the first day of school, and of course it is Carter. And when they go for their first meeting, he pulls out a contract for their tutoring relationship, and in that contract is a rule that the people that he tutors are not allowed to try to date him because he has had that issue in the past. He is grumpy, no nonsense, and does not have time to deal with any of that. So she's like, wow, you jerk. How dare you think that I would want to? I'm actually bad at math. So she signs that stupid contract and then comes up with a little addendum of her own and says, you're not allowed to fall in love with me either. And he's like, yeah, that won't be a problem. But then later on, she is in another class with him, and his ex is in there, and she sees a little thing that she can use to her advantage. She doesn't really want anyone knowing that she's being tutored. And so when she sees that he could use some help with his relationship, she's like, how about when we are meeting, we just pretend like we're interested in each other. We can start kind of a fake relationship, and that's why we're spending so much time together in the library. It'll help me, it'll help you, let's do that. So they start a fake relationship, and the banter between these two was so fun to write. Okay, next up is The Facade, which is a brother's best friend secret relationship romance where Cambrielle and Mac are trying to keep it a secret that a few weeks ago Mac was sleepwalking, and she found him, and when his parents were out of town, she decided, well, I can't have, we got to keep you safe. So she let him sleep in her room for a few nights without anyone knowing. But now, at the beginning of the book, his parents are going to be out of town again, getting some medical treatments because his mom has a terminal illness, and so he is going to be staying at her house for the week this time because his parents found out about the sleepwalking. We're like, yeah, we can't have that happening again. But of course, since he is under a lot of stress with things going on at home, he sleepwalks again and sleepwalks to her room. And since that seems to be the only place he can sleep through the night, she lets him stay there, and they have to definitely keep that a secret from her brothers because they would be so mad. They're super protective, and yeah, lots of fun in this one. Okay, next up is The Ruse, which is a bad boy romance where they are co-stars in the school play. She is playing Christine in Phantom of the Opera. He's playing Raoul, and there's a bit of a perceived love triangle because there's another guy involved. Definitely has a lot of Phantom of the Opera vibes, as well as Rebecca, if you know that book or the movies based on the book, because Asher has a bit of a mysterious past where he was dating a girl the year before and she disappeared, and no one has heard of her for 7 months. And he was the last person seen with her, and he was the person of interest for a long time. So gotta find out what happened. Then we have The Confidant, which is my best friends to lovers forbidden romance because Scarlett and Hunter actually dated for a few weeks the year before. They've been friends for a really long time. Finally, the sparks were too much to ignore, so they started to date. But her dad is super overprotective. He's a pastor. He has a lot of rules about Scarlett and her dating life and what she can and cannot do and who she can and cannot date, and Hunter did not meet his approval. So she had to break up with him, and that made things with their friendship a little bit tricky. But it's been several months now, and they're kind of getting things back to normal. But then her dad kind of arranges for her to start dating this other guy that he approves of, and that causes some issues. So a lot of angst in this one. Deals with a very kind of a difficult topic, just shows some difficult things that can come between a couple, and hopefully they can overcome it. And last is The Confession, which is such a fun one where Kiara has had a crush on Nash for almost a year. His family is billionaires. He's the brother of Carter from book 1 and Cambriel from book 2. And Kiara and her mom moved on to a property on their estate because her mom is the housekeeper, and Kiara gets hired for the summer to be a maid. So she gets to clean Nash's room and all of the siblings' rooms, and they end up spending some time together. And he's like, why is this the first time we've ever hung out? You've lived there for like a year. What's going on? She doesn't exactly know how to tell him that they have hung out before. As at a garden party the year before, she'd been kind of dressed up a little differently, and he ended up kissing her that night. And they'd planned to meet up again, but he somehow didn't remember it after that. I don't know, you'll have to see why. Anyway, that is a little bit about my Eden Falls Academy series. It is a young adult contemporary romance series. I usually recommend this to like ages 14 and up because it does just have kisses, but the kisses are slightly steamier than like in my Ridgewater High series. And so, as a mom, that's just my recommendation. But that sounds interesting. You should check it out. All of these books are available in Kindle Unlimited, ebook, paperback, and audiobook. So anyway, enjoy.